Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. Now I've got this little tank here that I've had for ages. We used it when we first got our better strawberries before we put them into the bigger tank, and it occurred to me I've got hundreds of guppy babies, hundreds of shrimps babies and ramshorn snails in the main tank, and I want to separate them, or a few of them, and watch them grow. But fry tanks are boring. Bare bottom, boring. So I thought, why do they have to be boring? So I'm going to turn this little tank into a fry tank with a difference. Hopefully something with a little bit of escape. Now I've got a few materials that are dotted around. Bit of fluval stratum, some dragonstone. We'll get some plant trimming from the main tank, and then we'll pick some, hopefully some fry to go in there, and hopefully it'll look good. Now this could go terribly wrong. It could look awesome. I'm unsure, so we'll give it a go. Like I said, we've got a little bit of fluval stratum, some aquarium gravel. We've got these bits of dragonstone with some more outside, little tiny filter, little heater, little light, prime and API leaf zone, of course the tank with the little background and the little glass lid. So the reason this is the perfect place to have this is my old man chair, as my wife calls it. I like to sit here, have a beer sometimes, maybe pretend to read a book, and then just opposite now will be this lovely little fry tank, and I can just watch them grow. So fingers crossed it turns out well. So let's get started. Right, sorry about the reflections, haven't quite mastered that yet. So we are going to start with some fluval stratum. Going to pile it up at the back there. Again, just want that more to the back corner there, so we can plant some stem plants at the back. Maybe a little bit of anubias. I actually think I'm just going to leave it with this stratum, so we will bring it to the front. I quite like the look of it with the dragonstone. So we've got a few various shapes. Now I quite like that. Let me give you a closer look. It builds up to this one. Plenty of room behind it. We've got to put the heater in somewhere. I hate seeing heaters, but we might just have to deal with that. So let's go and get some plant trimmings and I'll come back. Okay, so I've just been in, I've trimmed the main planted tank, and I'll show you what little bits we've got. So here we go. So if you watched the video a few videos back, again I will put that up here. We've planted some of this Ludwigia mini super red, and this is my second trimming of it, so it is growing well. We're going to try it in this tank. Not sure it'll get enough light. We've got this anubias, which is again a cutting from the one in the main tank. We got the polysperma, and we've got 2 clumps of sessifolia, I think, Rondatolia, Rosophilia, something like that. And then we've got a few floating plants, which we will put on the top. So let's get to stick them in the tank. First things first, I want the Ludwigia super red at the back, because the light on this tank goes around about here, so it would be central, and that plant will need the most light. A Ludwigia mini super red. It's got a few little roots coming on these ones. See if we can get them nicely in the back. Whether they hold or not, I don't know. And whether they get enough light behind there, I'm unsure. So they're just tucked behind there for now. The anubias, a nice little one here. Again, I'm hoping I don't need to glue this and we can just put this in. I reckon there looks like a nice little wedge it between the two rocks. Perfect. Now the polysperma does grow quite well normally, so I think we're going to put that in this back corner. Sessifola next. I've got quite a bit of this. I think I'm just going to use one larger clump. So there's our Sessifola. In there as well. Hopefully that will stay in and not float out, but we will see. We'll put a couple of these couple more little tiny sprigs of stem plants there. Good thing about stem plants, you can trim them whatever height you want. If they grow, be a bit of a pain, a bit too high, we can always knock them back down. So there we go. Doesn't look like much at the moment, but once we get some water in here, like I say, I'm not an aquascaper, but we're going to use the filter. The sponge has been seeded in the tank in the house. We're also going to use the water from the water change in that tank, so the fish are used to that water as well. There'll be some friendly bacteria on the plants as well, and I'm not going to overfeed them. I'm going to test the water as usual and we'll see how it goes. So let's fill it up. Okay, so whilst it's half full, we only need a tiny amount of prime. There we go, we're going to add that in. And we're going to give them a tiny amount of API leaf zone, just to kickstart the stems. Okay, so we're going to fill the rest up with tap water, so it's half old water, half tap water. We're going to see whether the plants need some adjusting. We're going to put the heater and the filter on, leave it for a couple of hours, then we're going to put the baby fish in. So let's get the rest of it filled up and see how we go. The heater's going to go there. Looks ugly, but hopefully the plants overgrow it relatively quickly. There's not much we can do about that. However, the filter has got a spray bar on it. We'll pop that in that corner. So, tiny little filter, sucking in air at the moment. Put the background on it there. Now this is the bit that should make all the difference. We'll put the light on there. That's what it looks like at the moment. It's a bit dirty. We're going to leave that to clear before we put the fish in. Before we do, let's put these little floaters in. These don't take long to spread. Put our thermometer in. This is just temporary, whilst we can make sure it's the right temperature. So whilst that's settling down, I'm going to go and catch the fry and guppies, and in about an hour probably, once it's reached temperature and it's cleared a little bit, I'll come back and we'll do the release and see how it looks. So it's been about an hour now. It's still a bit murky, but we're going to do the final finishing touches, and then we're going to put the fish and a couple of other things that we've gathered up to put in there. So I'll flip you around and we'll have a look. Okay, so there's the tank at the moment. Most of the plants have stayed in place. You can see round there, see down the bottom there, the Ludwigia. Now I'm hoping that obviously comes above. it's only a little light, it may not be enough. I've put the light on a Wi-Fi timer, so that should stay on. We're starting at 8 hours a day and we'll progress from there. Now, I've got a few oak leaves that I've been drying out. We're going to pop them in there. They won't sink straight away. They will help, and especially give some of our things we're going to put in there something to feed on to start with. I've also got a little bit of Java moss. I'm going to pop that in there as well, just for now. So, what are we going to put in there? We are going to put a mixture of baby guppies, a couple of ram's horn snails, and 5 cherry shrimps that we bred ourselves. So let's introduce these slowly, see if we can get a good picture. Here we go. A couple of ram's horn snails at the bottom. There we go. There we are, just a selection of the babies from our other tank. Ram's horn snails there. Shrimp have disappeared, obviously. There we go. My attempt at making fry tanks, not quite as boring as they normally seem. I'm going to put a short video of what this looks like in a couple of hours when it's cleared up a little bit, so you can enjoy that. But thanks so much for watching. Now please subscribe, please. 98% of you aren't. My last videos have done extremely well and I'm very happy, and I couldn't be more thankful to you guys. So thank you very much. Stay to the end and watch the short video of what it looks later. And until next time, take care.